All right, welcome back to my channel, guys. I hope you guys are all doing all right. Welcome back. If you are seeing my video for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, put on your notification bell, and as well comment your opinion, comment where you're watching from, and ask your questions constructively. I really hope that you will enjoy this video. Thank you very much. For those of you that are asking what the channel is all about, first of all, I told you guys from the onset that the channel is all about politics. We lend our voices when it's needed, and as well using our channel, my channel, to sensitize our people about the importance of holding leaders accountable is the most important thing, and as well lending our voices when it is needed. So that's the main purpose of the channel. For those of you that are asking what the channel is all about, that is the main purpose of the channel. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for always watching. Thank you for always joining me on the live stream. Thank you for commenting your opinion and asking questions. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for your gift. Thank you for everything that you guys have been doing on my channel to promote and as well to help us to reach to the wider audience. Thank you so much. I can't take it for granted. You guys are super amazing. You guys are the real MVPs. Thank you so much. God bless you. Well, this evening there's something I want us to discuss now on this video. First of all, I keep wondering the reason why, as an African, we find it difficult to access other African borders. It is very, very, very sad that we, as an African, most especially ECOWAS, ECOWAS state, as an ECOWAS citizens, ECOWAS state, we always find it difficult to access other ECOWAS countries. It is very difficult. If you've been on this ECOWAS road, you'll get to agree with me that most of the time, if you are on this African ECOWAS route, you get to understand that the borders are very, very strict and very, very tough for other ECOWAS citizens. For instance, as a Nigerian passport holder, I've been traveling for the past 15 years. As a Nigerian passport holder, when you are coming from Burkina Faso, when you're coming from Burkina Faso down to Mali, as an ECOWAS citizen, but Nigerian passport holder, you will have to pay 10,000 CFA before you will be able to be allowed to enter inside Mali. That is number one. That was when Mali was still in ECOWAS. Even still happening till now, I believe. You will be required. You'll be requested to pay 10,000 CFA to be able to, to enter inside Mali, to get a stamp to enter inside Mali. That is number one. Number two, when you are coming out of Mali border out, you still have to pay another 10,000 CFA, making it 20,000 CFA. If you are on transit on that road, on that ECOWAS road, you will have to pay 20,000 CFA in Mali before you can be able to go in and go out of Mali. That is number one. Number two, if you're entering Senegal as a Nigerian passport holder and as an ECOWAS citizen, you will have to pay 5,000 CFA to be able to enter Senegal, and another 5,000 CFA to be able to come out of Senegal. That is if you are on transit. That is making it 10,000 CFA. Then Mali and Senegal will cost you 30,000 CFA to be able to cross these two countries. This is uncalled for. We have been clamoring and been complaining about this, and nothing has been done. And I hope this message, if you can, please, if you're watching this video, help me to share this video so that this video can get to the right authorities. This is becoming too much and it's becoming unbearable. I mean, we have been suffering for so long. We're suffering in our own continent, in our own region as well. As an ECOWAS citizens, we find it difficult, even to the extent that other West African countries make it difficult for other, ECOWAS citizens to, access their borders. I mean, this cannot happen in Europe. As a European, if you're using an European passport, you can drive all the way. If you're using a European passport, that's the Schengen passport. You can drive all the way from Denmark or from Sweden down to France or down to Netherlands free. You wouldn't need to stop for any check or any border check or whatsoever. It is free, right? But why is it that even like as I'm just making this remark, even Europeans, even white people, Westerners find it so easy to access African borders, but we as an African citizens, we always find it difficult to access African borders. This is uncalled for. I mean, for Cameroon, if you're a Nigerian passport holder, for you to get the Cameroon visa, you will need to pay $200 and something to be able to get a Cameroon visa. If you're looking for multiple entry, you will need to pay $300. That is Cameroon. The same thing applicable to Namibia. The same thing applicable to Botswana. This is uncalled for. This is totally uncalled for. Even to the extent this this other country. I mean, it is too much, and our leaders need to do something about this. We are the citizens, and we are the one feeling the pain. But so most of them are using, most of our leaders are using, African Union passport, so they have no issue with all these things. But we, the citizens, are the one feeling the pain and going through all this. So it is uncalled for, and something must have to be done before it is late. If we are no longer, if there's nothing like any, I mean, the money that we pay in the borders, they don't want to tell us what the money is for. At least if you are paying for money, you'll be paying for money for something that that you are sure of. We're just paying money for paying sake, but we're not paying money for anything. If you are charging us money, this is no money for sanction. They're not sanctioning us for anything. I mean, we're just paying money. We don't know the meaning of the money that we're paying for. This is uncalled for. If we are to request visa from us, request visa, and we pay for visa, and we know that we are paying for visa. But we're not paying for visa, we're not paying for sanctions, we're just paying money for paying sake. This is totally mad. This is uncalled for. And we have been complaining and been sending messages and calling and making calls, and nothing has been done. These things keep going on and keep going on and on and on and on. It is too much, and it is uncalled for. I mean, there's no African traveler that will not agree with me on what I'm saying. If you have been on this route, you will get as a Nigerian passport holder, that is even the worst part of it. The worst part of it is that as a Nigerian passport holder, you find it difficult in every port of entry, even in West Africa. How are we now? Now let me get to understand what made us, West African citizens, since we cannot be able to access other West African countries easily. This is too much, and it's becoming unbearable. And it is time for us to start lending our voice and start calling people to to act before it is too late. I mean, Nigeria as my country. Nigeria as my country. Once you enter Nigeria as a foreigner, you become Nigerian. Nobody cares where you are coming from. Nobody cares who you are. Nobody cares your country, your nationality. Nobody cares. Our country is so calm and so welcoming to every foreigner. But why is it that we Nigerians, even in Gambia where I stay, where I live, I know how discriminating they are, discriminating Africans, West African citizens. Nigerians, we pay $3,650 as a permit every year. As a permit every year. And ECOWAS citizens for that matter. I mean, this is not too much. It's too much. And nothing is being done. We keep clamoring, we be shouting, we keep calling, and nobody comes to our aid. It's becoming too much. It's becoming absolutely too much. So my message now, what is the essence? Why is it that we Africans, we find it difficult to access other African countries? Meanwhile, Westerners find it so easy to access African countries. For a Nigerian passport, we need a visa to travel to Botswana. A Nigerian passport will need a visa to travel to Namibia. A Nigerian passport will need a visa to travel to Morocco. We need a visa to travel to South Africa. We need a visa to travel all around other African countries. Why is it like that? Why is it not that we're asking for one borderless Africa so that we can be able to access every other African country, to see our family members, to see our brothers in other countries? That is what we're asking for. We're not asking too much. We have been subjected into we have been subjected into some kind of treatment on the borders. It is too much. So that's my piece of advice. Make it easier for Africans to travel around African countries. It's as simple as ABCD. Most especially West African citizens. Make it easy for West African citizens to travel around, across West African countries. That is what we're asking for. Thank you very much. See you guys in the next video.